Most people walk around this world at half speed. They've got gears they've never shifted into. They think comfort is living, but comfort is the cage. Inside every single one of us, there's a savage, not a reckless animal, but a relentless force built for war, built for struggle, built to conquer. But here's the truth. That savage doesn't come out when life is easy. It only shows up when you're exhausted, broken, beaten down, and every voice in your head says, quit. That's when the savage within whispers back, not today. Pain is the gatekeeper. Doubt is the test. Fear is the doorway. If you want to meet the strongest version of yourself, you've got to walk straight through all three. Unleashing the savage within means starving weakness and feeding discipline. It means doing what you hate, what scares you, what grinds you down. Because that's where you sharpen the blade. It's not about talent. It's not about motivation. It's about showing up when you've nothing left in the tank and finding out you've got more. You want to unleash the savage within. Stop looking for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The savage is already inside you. Wait. The only question is, are you willing to suffer enough to set it free? Comfort is the silent killer of potential. It whispers to you that you're fine where you are, that you've done enough, that you deserve to relax. But comfort is a liar. It keeps you soft, keeps you stagnant, and locks you inside a cage you can't even see. The walls of that cage are made of excuses. I'm too tired. I'll start tomorrow. It's not that bad. Every time you choose comfort, you reinforce those walls and shrink the space where your true self can operate. Discomfort, on the other hand, is where growth begins. When you step into situations that make your body ache, that test your patience, that force you into the unknown, you start to realize that your limits are far beyond what you thought. Comfort tells you to stay in bed. Discomfort gets you up at 4 a.m. to put in work. Comfort tells you to quit when it hurts. Discomfort tells you to push through the pain and find out what's on the other side. The savage within is not born in ease. It's born in the grind, in the sweat, in the sleepless nights, in the repetition of doing hard things when no one is watching. Every time you reject comfort, you're feeding the savage. Every time you say no to the easy road, you're sharpening your edge. You don't grow by staying safe. You grow by putting yourself in the fire and learning to love the heat. Most people avoid discomfort because it's unpleasant, but the truth is that discomfort is a gift. It's the only honest feedback you'll ever get. It shows you exactly where you're weak, exactly where you need to improve, and exactly how much fight you really have in you. If you want to unleash the savage within, you've got to learn to chase discomfort, not run from it. Because the further you step into discomfort, the closer you get to discovering the real you. The savage within doesn't show up when life is smooth and easy. It doesn't rise when the sun is shining, when the schedule is light, and when everything is going according to plan. It shows up in the storm. It reveals itself when you're broken, when the weight feels unbearable, when your mind is screaming at you to stop. That's the environment that wakes up the side of you that most people never meet. The savage comes alive in the places where weakness dies. Pain is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, and spiritual. It's the voice that tells you you're not good enough. The doubt that creeps in when you fail. The fear that paralyzes you before you even begin. Most people back down in those moments, but those who want to find their savage lean into it. They understand that pain isn't the enemy, it's the proving ground. Every ounce of suffering is an opportunity to peel back another layer of who you thought you were and expose something stronger, harder, and more relentless. Doubt is the constant shadow. It tells you you're wasting your time, that you'll never get there, that it's easier to quit now than to fail later. But the savage doesn't listen. The savage doesn't silence doubt. It uses it as fuel. Every time you feel doubt pressing down on you, that's the exact signal that you're on the edge of growth. That's the moment when the savage within digs its heels in and says, "Good. This is where we find out who I really am." A fear is the last barrier, the doorway most people never walk through. This is where I live. It's the thing that makes you hesitate, the thing that convinces you to stay comfortable and safe. But fear is nothing more than compass pointing you toward the exact place you need to go. The savage within understands that. It doesn't run from fear, it steps straight into it. Because behind every fear, behind every shred of pain and doubt, is the strength you've been searching for your whole life. Motivation is fragile. It comes and goes like the wind. One day you wake up fired up, ready to conquer the world. And the next day you can't even get out of bed. If you build your life around motivation, you're building on sand. It won't hold you when things get hard. Discipline is the concrete foundation. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline doesn't ask if you're ready. Discipline shows up whether you're sick, tired, or broken. But because it's not about emotions, it's about commitment. When you rely on motivation, you become a slave to your mood. If you feel good, you push hard. If you feel low, you back off. That's weakness. The savage within doesn't play that game. The savage knows that feelings are temporary, but results are permanent. Discipline is the weapon that slices through the noise in your head. It's the force that drags you in the gym when your body aches. That puts the book in your hands when you'd rather scroll your phone. That demands you do the work no matter what. Discipline is freedom in disguise. Most people think discipline is restriction, like it's taking something away from you. But in reality, discipline is what gives you control over your life. Without it, you're a prisoner to laziness, excuses, and weakness. With it, you own your decisions, you own your progress, and you own your destiny. Every small act of discipline, every time you refuse the easy way out, adds another layer of armor to the savage within. The truth is, discipline is built, not given. You don't wake up with it. You forge it in the repetition of hard choices. Day after day, when no one is watching, when there's no applause, when it feels pointless, that's where discipline is born. And once it's locked in, once it's wired into your system, it makes you unstoppable. Because while everyone else is waiting for motivation to knock on their door, the savage within is already outside, grinding, bleeding, pushing, winning. Adversity is the forge where strength is created. Without pressure, without struggle, without resistance, you never discover what you're truly made of. People spend their whole lives avoiding hardship, but in doing so, they avoid growth. The savage within understands that adversity is not a curse, it's a gift. Every setback, every failure, every painful moment is the fire that molds you into something sharper, harder, and unbreakable. If you want to be strong, you've got to be willing to walk straight into the flames. When life beats you down, most people crumble. They see obstacles as signs to turn back, to give up, to accept defeat. But the savage within sees obstacles as the training ground. Every obstacle is a test. It asks, how bad do you want it? How much fight do you have left? Adversity strips away the excuses, the comfort, the safety nets, and it leaves you face to face with your raw self. That's where you find out whether you're ordinary or whether you're ready to become unstoppable. Pain, struggle, and failure are not just products of life. They are necessary ingredients for greatness. Without them, your edge stays dull, your spirit stays soft, and your potential stays buried. Every time you endure adversity and keep moving forward, you harden your mind and strengthen your body. You create proof that you can survive what others cannot. The savage within feeds on those moments, stacking them like weapons for the battles yet to come. Adversity doesn't care about your feelings, your plans, or your comfort zone. It will hit you when you least expect it, and it will hit you hard. But that's the point. The savage within thrives under those conditions, while others break and retreat. The savage learns to smile in the storm, to take the beating and rise stronger. Because the more adversity you face, the more unshakable you become. And once you learn to embrace the struggle, there is nothing in this world that can hold you back. Unleashing the savage within is not something anyone can hand to you. It's not found in a book, a video, or a motivational speech. It's a choice, a decision that only you can make. You either decide to break free from weakness, or you decide to stay where you are. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to drag the savage out of you. The responsibility is yours and yours alone. Every morning, every moment, you're standing at a crossroads. Stay the same, or step into the fire and unleash what's been hiding inside. Most people wait for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect plan before they act. But that moment doesn't exist. Waiting is just another disguise for fear. The savage within doesn't wait. It moves. It understands that hesitation is death. When you choose action over waiting, you ignite the fire. You send a message to yourself that you are done negotiating with weakness. Every choice you make either feeds the savage or starves it. There is no middle ground. The beauty of unleashing the savage is that it's not about where you start. It's about the decision to keep going no matter what. You don't need to be the fastest, the strongest, or the smartest. You just need to be relentless. The savage doesn't ask for permission. It takes what it came for. The savage doesn't need talent. It creates power through consistency and willpower. The moment you commit fully and without excuses, that's when the cage breaks open and the savage within steps out. And here's the truth. Unleashing the savage within is the ultimate freedom. It's the freedom to live without fear, to face life head on, and to know that nothing can break you because you've already faced the worst and refused to quit. The savage within isn't about destruction. It's about creation. It's about building the strongest, hardest, most unshakable version of yourself. The choice is in your hands. The door is right in front of you. Open it, step through, and unleash the savage within.